another episode. I don't know why I keep calling these episodes, but another episode of Renee Reads. And today we're going to be talking about 5 books to get you in the holiday spirit. I don't know about you all, but I did not know. Like, I guess I knew, but I didn't put it together in my brain that there would be like Black romance books that are also like Hallmark movie books. Like, I just like Christmas and the holiday spirit book, like it just never occurred to me that that would be a thing. And I don't know why. I never thought that like 2 of my favorite things, Black romance and Christmas, could like make the best books. But like, here we are. I just discovered them. And so in the month of October, I exclusively read Black romance Christmas books, and we're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about the plot, and there are 5, and so there's 5 weeks in December, so you could like hit a book a week and then get you ready for the holidays and all of that stuff. So let's get right into it. Oh, before we get right into it, I just want to say 4 of the 5 books I received from NetGalley, and so I want to say thank you to NetGalley, thank you to the publishers for giving me these early release copies of the advanced reader copies of these books. All of the opinions are of my own, but I did get them for the free. Okay, these are in no order, so we're gonna start with I'll Be Gone for Christmas by Georgia Boone. This book is kind of like wife swap, but instead of switching wives, the 2 main characters switch homes and kind of switch lives in a way. Enter Clover and Bee. Clover lives on a farm and she has lived her whole life in a very small town that loves Christmas, but she is trying to escape. Her mother has died. She has broken off her engagement with her fiance. She feels stifled by the small town where everybody knows her business, and she is not trying to be there for the holidays. Then also across the globe, well, not really across the globe, but like halfway across the country, we meet Bee, who is a twin, and she is living in the shadow of her twin sister, who is like super perfect. And she is both of her and her sister run this tech company. Her parents are very well off. Her parents are very like, you need to be doing more. And so Bee is also trying to escape her life for the holidays. She's like, I'm not really trying to be here. There's all these holiday parties. There's all these like smoozing with bougie people. I'm not trying to be here. I'm trying to have like a real authentic Christmas experience in a small town with fire and all of that stuff, like with a bonfire and stuff. And enter the opportunity for them to switch homes. They kind of like have this like Airbnb setup where like you can switch homes with somebody, and so they do it. And both of them have very cute love stories that happen, which I won't spoil. But what I will say is that I gave it 4 stars out of 5, and it's kind of like 2 stories in one. And so if you are interested in books about like the big city girl goes to the country and falls in love, and country girl goes to this big city and falls in love. Wait, did I say that one already? Whatever. Somebody from an urban place goes to a country place, and somebody from a country place goes to an urban place, and those kind of movies are your thing, check out this book, I'll Be Gone for Christmas by Georgia Boone. Okay, the next book I gave 5 stars out of 5. It's called Only for the Holidays by Abilo, is how I think it's pronounced, but I'm not 100% sure. Bello. No, Abila Bello. It is about... Okay, so first of all, it's a YA romance, and so don't get your hopes up for any hanky-panky. These are young people. It is kind of like a girl and her boyfriend break up right before the holidays, and she is really trying to win him back because she loves him, but her mom is like, I don't really care about that. We're going to a holiday to this farm, and it's a Black-owned farm, and we want you to go and have a great time. And the daughter is like, no, I don't want to go there. I am a city girl, and I should only be here because I'm planning my ex-boyfriend / boyfriend's 18th birthday, and it's imperative that I live there. And her mom doesn't go for it, and her mom's like, yeah, whatever, we're still going on this trip. And so that's sort of where the book starts. And basically she meets, what's the word? She meets Quincy, who is a farm country young man, gentleman, who is so just dreamy and adorable, who has just broken up. Well, had a pretty traumatic breakup with his girlfriend, and so then he needs a date for this party, and so he asks Tia, the girl, to be his date for the party, and then they kind of fall in love. And it's so cute, and it's just the book had me kicking my feet and screaming. It was just so adorable. I think that they did a really, really great job of like bringing the city girl to the farm. And I think that Quincy in the book is just like, he's trying his best, and like it's dual POV, and so you get to see them both fall in love, and he falls first, and it's just like these sweet little babies. Well, they're not babies, they're like teenagers, but babies, and it's just a fun time. It was a fun read. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I ate it up on the plane. I was just like, oh my gosh. So 5 stars, only for the holiday. Abila Bello. Okay, now we are on book number 3, Christmas in Spite of You by Casey Mills. This book is about Canton and Noelle. Obviously her name is Noelle because it's a Christmas book, duh. But basically what happens is Canton goes to Atlanta because he is trying to seal the deal with this potential employer, and he's trying to get this contract, and he rents a shared space so that he can be in the same proximity as this successful other businessman who he's trying to get a deal with. But Noelle puts her apartment up but forgets to cancel the fact that she will be there because she cannot afford to go home because she is a struggling artist and struggling interior designer and struggling digital interior designer. And so basically she and Canton basically have to share the apartment together, and he is not a big fan of Christmas. He doesn't really care for it. He doesn't rock with it, but she loves Christmas, obviously, because her name is Noelle. And they spend the holidays together, both of them kind of having ulterior motives at first, but the tension and the attraction between the two of them makes this book very, very good and very, very fun to read. And so I would recommend reading it if you're into like Grumpy Sunshine, into like men who are just like, I'll handle it and I'll get it done, and I want to do this for you out of the goodness of my heart with no ulterior motives, then hey, I would pick up this book by Casey Mills. Next up we have Second Chance Christmas by Jaquel J. I don't know that they actually, the author has their last name. Anyways, this book I listened to as an audiobook. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. This book follows Faith as she adjusts to a divorce with the man that she thought was her dream man, and he turned out to be her dream man, but like also he wasn't 100% committed to their relationship. Not that he cheated or anything, but he just was like not investing the same amount of love and affection that she was investing into the relationship. And so she gets a divorce. She's the stronger one of the two. She gets a divorce from this man, and then her father suddenly has some health issues, which forces her to return to her hometown where she swore up and down she was never going to return. Now, this book does start off with a little bit of trauma because this is where like it starts off with a little bit of trauma, and I would say that it builds the story of why Rome and Faith should be together. Rome is a young man who swore up and down he would never be stuck in his hometown, but ends up getting stuck after his dad dies, his brother dies, and his mom slowly but surely slips into dementia, and he's stuck running his dad's company, and he's stuck there. And when Faith returns, you know, this is the second chance he has been waiting for. He loves Faith, and he's loved Faith this whole time. Did he make some mistakes as a teenage boy after the death of his brother? Yeah, he's a teenager. But this book is kind of mushy, kind of predictable, but I feel like some very powerful like rekindling of romance and what romance could look like after divorce when, you know, you and this person have history, and how to move past the history, and how to like move past the history in a way that feels right to both parties. Now, I will say this is also dual POV, but also there's a POV of Faith's ex-husband, which I did not really care for because I I didn't care what that man was thinking, honestly, but it does help move the story along, so give him a chance. I gave him a chance, but I really didn't care what that man had to say. I only cared about Rome and Faith. There's good character development, and I think that is just like a sugary sweet story, and it kind of made me a believer in second chance romance. So, you know, take what you will from that, because I am not a second chance romance girly. Once you mess up with me once, cut forever. Okay, the last book is A Novel Christmas. This book is like feel-good Hallmark movie Christmas book. Now, I will say that there is like a meta story in the story, but basically this book is about Sahara, and I actually don't know if that's how you say her name, but that's how I was saying it, Sahara, and she is an author, and she needs to write a book about Christmas to help bolster her sales, because her books are just not doing as good as they used to do. And her publisher is like, you need to publish this Christmas book, and we need an idea by January. And she is like, I'm not in the Christmas mood. And so she books a flight to Santa Claus, Indiana, which I recently found out is a real place, and so like you could go and like visit there. But she goes to the super small town, and in the small town they have a calendar of firemen. Now, if you ever seen those firemen calendars, the men's be looking good, and she's flipping through, and oh, lo and behold, Mr. December shows up, and he is fine and adorable and just so cute, and she's like, I want me a piece of that while I'm here in Santa Claus. And lo and behold, she stays in one of his properties. And then he stays next door in the property because, you know, he's a gentleman. He's like, oh, what if my tenant needs something? She be needing some things. Lots of things that involve the bed, and involve him kissing her, and involve him integrating his life with her after they've only known each other for like 2 days. Now, will I say it was predictable? Yes. Will I say that I needed this book? Yes. I enjoyed it. Miss Charity Shane, the author, listen, you left no crumbs. I enjoyed this book thoroughly. I don't typically like stories about authors who are writing stories about like what I'm trying to read, but this was well done, like 10 out of 10, well done. And what else can I say? Dorian, I have never met a fireman that I have not liked yet, especially the black one. So Dorian fits that description, and it was a fun read. It was really cute. It was very cheesy Hallmark movie-y, and you can't really go wrong with any of these books if you're trying to get into the holiday spirit. So thanks so much for listening to me ramble about holiday books. I try to keep it short, but like y'all know, I be yapping. I talk a lot, and so it's really hard for me to like condense these books down into things that make sense, and also make them like books that you want to read. I don't know. Yeah, 10 out of 10 Christmas books, and there's enough to last you all the way to Christmas. And so I hope you enjoy. See you guys next time. Keep reading, keep being weird, and I'll see you guys. Bye.